The NFL has announced that for the first time ever, the league will schedule a game on the day after Thanksgiving, aka Black Friday. Yeah. And I'm surprised that they're doing this because I thought that the NFL would be busy on Black Friday scouting Walmart for new talent, you know? That grandma would just tackle that kid, let's get her a 2-year deal. Also, I love how the league made this big announcement like it's a genius idea. Wow, football on a Friday. Yeah, it's football. Put it on any day, it works. It's football. It's like, ooh, sex on a Tuesday. Yeah, brilliant idea. It's good whenever, don't overthink it. In money news, the US Mint is about to release new quarters featuring 1930s actress Anna May Wong, the first Asian American to ever appear on American currency. Yeah. Which is great news for representation and great news for bad tippers. Yeah, it's just gonna be like, you only tipped me a quarter? It's like, wow, okay, I didn't know I was dealing with a racist. Which quarter? In international news, British Prime Minister Liz Truss is now officially the lowest polling Prime Minister in British history and is now in danger of losing her job after only 6 weeks. Yeah. When asked for comment, she said, any woman can break the glass ceiling. I'm proud to have shattered the glass floor. All right, let's move on to some of the biggest stories of the day, starting with the Girl Scouts of the USA. You know, the Sinaloa cartel of baked goods. After years of struggling with falling membership and sinking revenues, one Girl Scout has stepped in with the ultimate good deed.
The Girl Scouts of the USA just received their largest donation ever by a single person. Billionaire philanthropist MacKenzie Scott just donated $84.5 million to the organization. The Girl Scouts leadership says that the money will help them recover from the pandemic, which drove down membership. Scott has donated some $12 billion to charities since 2019.
Wow! Wow, thanks to MacKenzie Scott, the Girl Scouts are now balling out of control. Which is great. It really is great because the Girl Scouts do an amazing job of training a new generation of leaders, providing a community. Although I will say they've got to be careful, because this kind of money could easily change your vibe. Yeah, this year they're earning badges for computer coding and rock climbing. Next year it's going to be badges for crystal popping and tax evasion. It's going to be like, Meredith, for discovering that the Cayman Islands are superior to Panama, we award you this. Obviously, I'm joking, all right? The girls are still going to be selling cookies. They're just going to be doing it out of the back of a Bentley now. Just like, buy them or not, we don't carry the weight, you broke-ass bitch. And as for MacKenzie Scott, how can you not love this woman, huh? Because she's exposing what billionaires don't want you to realize. Right? Billionaires are always like, if you raise my taxes even a little bit, how will I have the money to feed all of my private jets? Huh? But think about it, MacKenzie Scott has only been a billionaire for 3 years, and she's already given away $10 billion, more than her ex, Jeff Bezos, has given away his entire life. And get this, she's still a billionaire. Don't forget that. Yeah, it just goes to show how much good you can do when your main priority isn't going to space in a giant metal penis. There are things you can do. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to some big sports news. For decades, boxing dominated the world of prize fighting. Then, MMA came along with a roundhouse kick and became a worldwide phenomenon. And now, we might be witnessing the birth of a new era.
Slap fighting. It's become a viral sensation over the past few years, and now UFC president Dana White is starting a league.
He got approval yesterday for it to be a licensed athletic competition in Nevada. His Power Slap League will be regulated by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. And as you can guess, slap fighting features two competitors across from one another throwing slaps with open hands to each other's faces. The sport has been around for several years, but never regulated until now.
Yeah, that's right. Slapping is about to become an official sport. And those big dudes might be the champs for now, but it's only a matter of time before the sport is dominated by immigrant moms. Feet on their couch! Feet on their couch! And you know, I don't know about you, but I am excited to see how the Nevada Athletic Commission plans to regulate the rules of the sport. Like, are you allowed to flinch? You know, can I use my moves from school? Is Will Smith the reigning champ? Is that how it works? You know what I would propose? I would propose to make the sport more exciting. You know how in wrestling they trash talk, right, to get people going? And then in boxing they do the weigh-in where they challenge each other and they say things. What they should do for slap fighting is they should have each fighter say something first that warrants them getting slapped, you know? Just like, I never liked your mother's cooking. And by the way, I like that there are more and more sports that divorced men can excel at. Huh? Getting slapped, eating 100 hot dogs. You realize we're basically 2 weeks away from there being a sport that's just sleeping on your friend's pull-out couch, right? It's just 4 days, and he's still on the couch. People, this is why he's the GOAT. Can you see this? And before you're one of those people who's like, you know, this is a bizarre idea for a sport. Is it really a sport? Every sport sounds ridiculous when you first hear about it, all right? I mean, it's not a real sport. Every sport's not a real sport. Pick any sport, like NASCAR, huh? Imagine that first conversation. So we're all gonna drive really fast in a big circle? Yeah. But what if I lose control and crash into the wall? Well, that's what we're all hoping for. All right, and finally, everyone knows that the internet has made shopping easier than ever. You know, sometimes I get packages without even ordering. Yeah. I mean, sure, they accidentally put the boxes on my neighbor's stoop, but it's free, I can't complain. But this year, it looks like online shopping will be a little less easy than before.
Well, as holiday shopping season approaches, you may find something a little bit different this year. Returning gifts may not be so easy or cheap anymore. Buyers beware. Free returns may soon be a thing of the past.
The cost of returns is becoming so astronomical for retailers. Right now, they have no choice but to pass that cost on to the consumer.
One reason for the new return fees is an increase in what's called bracketing. That's when a consumer buys the same clothes in several different sizes and colors with plans to return what they no longer want. The National Retail Federation reports $218 billion worth of online purchases were returned in 2021. That is more than double the amount in 2020. As a result, some major retailers are now adjusting their return policies, including H&M, which is now testing a return fee in certain places.
No. Charge people for returns. If I want to make a rash decision on a whim and then change my mind, I shouldn't have to pay a price for it. That's the whole point of America, huh? That's what this great nation is about. You just make decisions. I think I'd look good in this jacket. You know what? Never mind. I think I'd look good in Iraq. You know what? Never mind. And you know who I blame for this? I blame the Democrats. Yeah. They should have codified the right to free returns when they had a supermajority. You could have done it, Nancy. I don't want to lose free internet returns. Because you realize what that means. That means we're going to have to go back to the old way. Now, you remember the old way? Where if you wanted to return a shirt, you'd have to drive all the way to the store. You have to wait in line and then to look the cashier in the eye and try to convince them that the shirt was already burnt when you bought it. Balenciaga made it like this. Actually, you know what? I blame the clothing stores for all these returns in the first place. Yeah. We wouldn't be forced to order all these different sizes if each clothing store didn't choose to have their own sizing system. In some stores, oh, you're a medium. Then you go to another store. Now you're a 6. Then in some stores, they're like, if you're usually a medium, you probably want to go with a large. Then just call it a large. Our sizes run small. Then why don't you make that a medium? What are you doing? Can you imagine if I owned a pizza store and you ordered a large pie and then I came out with one slice and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, our pies run small. I bet you now that conversation would end with a championship slap fight. All right, that's it for the headlines. But before we go to break, let's check in on traffic with our very own Roy Wood Jr., everybody. Come on. Get out of there, Cal. Get out of there, Cal. Dip. There you go, Cal. Get up out of that. Get up out of there, boy. Get up out of there. Run from them folks. There you go. Dip, dog. Yeah. Roy, what are you doing?
Traffic. That's some of the traffic that was happening. You know,
No, I feel like you're watching a cow. Is that cow being chased by the cops? What's happening there?
I don't know, but I'm rooting for him. He's been running for. We'll do the rest of the traffic. But before I get to the rest of the traffic, man, let's just talk a little bit about this whole giving the money to the Girl Scouts.
It's an amazing story, right, MacKenzie? That $86 million.
Yes, it's good to give away $86 million, but to the Girl Scouts, they be making money pimping them cookies. They good. You need to give the money to the Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts the one need the money. They've been selling popcorn for decades, and they still broke. They broke. The Boy Scouts need some. They need some money for R&D. They need to research some new shit to sell. They can make some money. You know, the Boy Scouts need to start selling them e-cigarettes. That'll make them money. Or if the Boy Scouts sold e-cigs in Girl Scout cookie flavors, bitch. A do-si-do flavored jewel? Come on, dog. Everybody love a Thin Mint. If you could smoke a Thin Mint, you telling me you wouldn't smoke a Thin Mint? But, you know, that's cool. That's cool. MacKenzie Scott want to give the money to the Girl Scouts. That's cool. They be giving money to all the little individual troops, millions of dollars. That's the new lick. I started me a Girl Scout troop.
You mean like you have one?
Yeah, she gonna give away some more money, and I'm gonna be right there ready. I'm gonna be ready. I did the paperwork already. Let me talk to her. Which is the camera right there. Madam MacKenzie, how you doing? I'm Roy Wood Jr., Girl Scout Troop Leader 6235J9. My Venmo's supposed to be up here if you see me. They'll add it later. I guess
No,
they didn't
we're not
post
going to
it.
add it. Roy, just do the traffic, please. Stop asking
Okay,
MacKenzie Scott
yeah.
for money on the show.
I'm gonna do the traffic. You know what, man? Also, shout out to Anime Wong. Shout out to Anime Wong, man. There's an Asian on the money. It's an Asian on the money, which is cool. That's a nice place to start. But why would you put them on a quarter? Put them on a dollar bill. Put somebody on a dollar bill. Let's be real. Let's be real about this shit. When the last time you used a quarter? When the last time you used a quarter? Soda machine? Payphone? Only time people use a quarter is a laundromat and a strip club. Everybody know that. That's when you.
No, wait. I get the laundry. Why would you use?
Don't ask me nothing about that on TV. What I'm saying is, good for Anime One because finally we got some more minority representation on American money just in time for Apple Pay.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Oh. Speaking of money. Also, this whole return fee nonsense for the clothes
the
and all of that.
thing, right?
Yeah. I don't think people should be having to pay these return fees.
Thank you, Roy.
Want to take something back. Them fees add up. I've been returning clothes for years. That's everything I perform in TV. That shit go right back. Like, I'm not even lying to you right now. Like 02, 03, 04, bro, I was starving, dog. I would do Conan. Every time I did Conan O'Brien, I would take that shit right back to Macy's. And it was perfect. It was perfect, too, because like in L.A., you could go to Macy's at 10 o'clock in the morning, you get your outfit for Conan. Conan rehearse at 2, they shoot at 5, you done by 6, you back at Macy's by 7:30, return your shit. Then, you at the house watching yourself perform in clothes you don't even own no more. That's the move, man, because also these return fees add up, and I don't think we understand like how unfair it is to charge somebody money to get back some of their money. You can't do that to people. Circuit City used to do that shit to me back in the day with cameras. Back in the day with Circuit City, because like I would buy a camera for $50, I keep it for a couple of days, use it for a couple of shows, and then you go back and they want a $50 restocking fee, which I didn't have because 2 of the shows canceled, so now I'm broke. So now I got to go out and donate plasma 4 days in a row just to make back the fee, which is illegal, by the way. You're only supposed to donate plasma twice a week, supposed to take a day off in between, drink fluids, but I ain't have time for that shit because I had to pay the restocking fee. So I would do all of that just to get the $50 to return the camera.
Roy. Wait.
They've sold their body for money. They understand what I'm talking about.
What did you need a camera for so badly that you were willing to do all of that?
I had to make the audition tape to get on Conan O'Brien.
Oh, okay, that seems dead. Are you healthy now? Did that affect you?
No, man, I feel pretty good for the most part.
All right, well, let's get to the traffic then.
Okay, I mean, I would get to the traffic, but I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. I gotta get to Macy's right quick. I gotta get up to 57th Street.
Junior, everybody.